Welcome to Cryptic Headlines, Episode 1, a supplement to the Cryptic Accounts podcast. I am your host this week, Dennis Cheney, joined as always with Patrick Ryan. How are you, Patrick?
Hey, everybody. I'm good.
I like how you say, hey, everybody, to the non-live audience.
Well, I mean, they're watching it, though.
They are watching it. That's right. We have this connection. This is our first YouTube endeavor, or really, I should say, video endeavor.
Yeah.
This is not a replacement to the Cryptic Accounts podcast. We will release audio for this just to get you over to YouTube, but we still want you to tune in every Wednesday for the main show, which is on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube. We just wanted to expand our content and talk about some more recent current events, stuff that's bubbling up in the news, and to keep you up to date on all that good spooky stuff that we talk about on the main show. So you ready to dig into this?
I'm ready. Let's dig into it.
Okay. This is from Interfax, the International Information Group, August 19th, 2020. Russian cosmonaut on ISS films 5 UFOs over Earth. Russian cosmonaut Ivan Vagner has filmed from the International Space Station a group of 5 unidentified flying objects over Earth. Quote, at 9 to 12 seconds, 5 objects appear flying alongside with the same distance. What do you think those are? Meteors, satellites, or, question mark, Vagner said on Twitter. The information was brought to the notice of Roscosmos Management. The materials were sent to the Central Research Institute of Machine Building and Space Research Institute of the Russian Academy of Sciences for further analysis, he said. Vagner also published a video, which he filmed in slow motion, of northern lights over the Antarctic. And so he basically tweeted out what he caught. And okay. I'm going to play the video for you. It's very short. I think it's pretty freaky. And the main thing that makes this freaky to me is that this guy's a cosmonaut.
Yeah. And
I looked him up, and he's been a cosmonaut for quite a while. It's not like the first time he went into space. So a lot of people were saying, some people think it's like this, it's the Elon Musk satellites. And I'm pretty sure this guy has seen a satellite before, but I want to know what you think. Let me bring this up. Here is his tweet from the 19th of August. He says, space guests, the peak of Aurora Borealis when passing over the Antarctic in Australia's longitude. However, in the video, you will see something else. Not only the Aurora. So let's the Aurora. Let's play this video.
I was going to let you work it out, though.
This is...
All right, I see that little... Okay.
Here we go. Now it's clear. So this is him filming the Northern Lights. They're pretty beautiful. I love how those stars are moving.
Yeah.
There's the Northern Lights coming across.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I'm too scared to ever go into space, but it looks like...
Oh, I would totally go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even like to be in airplanes, to be honest. It really looks like a movie or something.
Yeah. It's really beautiful. Okay, what is that?
He doesn't know.
So that's what we're looking at there, is that little stuff that flew there at the end?
Yeah, you want to see it? Just that portion.
Well, there was something at the beginning, too.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of stuff off to the left when I'm going through the... Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you talking about that light there that's traveling down?
There's that light, and then there's another, right after this, there's another little, like, things that shoot off past it.
Oh, see, I feel like that's just the stars that we see. It's just that the video is
keep going.
Okay.
That.
Oh. Whoa.
That's what he's talking about at 9 to 12 seconds.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Oh, my gosh, I somehow missed this.
Yeah, that's why I was confused why we kept going. I'm like, is there something else? Did I see something that was nothing?
Oh my gosh! So you're talking about the four
Yeah.
or the five lights that are all kind of horizontal and perfect. They're
Yeah.
perfectly aligned. Wow. Well, I'm glad I did this show, Patrick, because I was thinking it was this thing at the end. I was thinking it was this look down
No,
the lower.
that's just like space junk or something going by.
Yeah,
There's
and
nothing organized about that.
yeah, well, wow, it's really good that
That just looks
I'm
like
not.
little stuff burning up in the atmosphere more than likely.
Yeah, it does. So let's go back to the stuff you're talking about.
Right
There
there.
it is. That's cray. And it's moving like at a nothing else is moving like that.
No. And then if it was anything natural, why does the light, or even a satellite, why does the light suddenly disappear? It wouldn't have lost reflection that quick based on what's going on in the aurora right below it.
No, it wouldn't have. So that's interesting. Unlike us, where we scrub UFOs out of stuff, it looks like Russia's gonna.
Not only do they put it out, but like I was actually most surprised that the Russian cosmonaut tweeted it.
Yeah, they must be real loosey goosey with this. I think Russia kind of has a reputation of being that way.
Okay.
I think we're the ones that are. I think actually a lot of governments have a reputation of being,
A lot more open about like, whoa, what is that?
which would make sense. Like if we're like we're the ones keeping all the secrets, and they're like, we're just going to talk about it just to
Yeah.
mess with you. So that's our first story.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was compelling, although I was looking at the wrong thing. So
Well,
now I actually think it's really
did
compelling.
I show you a much more compelling part of that video?
You just have better eyes than me, man. Several Twitter users have meanwhile suggested that the quote breathtaking video captured nothing but a new batch of Starlink satellites launched by Elon Musk on Tuesday. So you know what? Is it aliens? Is it Elon? The world may never know. Although I
feel like we could confirm that with SpaceX or whatever if it was satellites from them in that area at that time.
well, like NASA and the Russians shouldn't. Don't we know like where?
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like wouldn't they know where those are?
Well, you'd have to, otherwise stuff would run into each other.
Well, that's what I was kind of assuming. Like, they're all kind of paying attention to where other stuff is.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like air traffic control.
That's what I mean. I know for a fact it's like air traffic control. I have a cousin that actually does air traffic control for like space shuttle stuff.
Really?
And he worked with SpaceX, yeah. Or is working with SpaceX now.
You're deep state, man. I always knew you were in on this stuff. I like this. I didn't know this. Apparently, Elon Musk's Starlink is eventually going to be 12,000 satellites.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's going to be a lot of them.
I don't know how many satellites there are, but wowzer.
I don't think it's that many.
All right, where do you rank that on the 1 to 10 scale?
What's a 1 and a 10?
I don't know. 1 is like, bro, you showed me a picture of a guy in a Bigfoot costume, and the 10 is like,
You introduced me to an alien?
yeah.
3.
Okay.
3.5.
We're off
I
to a
believe
great
that. I
start.
believe that is something, but I don't know that it's any. You didn't persuade me to anything new from that, but I definitely think that is some sort of craft, and I think that was actually pieces do one craft. Honestly,
There's
like,
something.
I don't
Yeah.
think there was. I don't think that was 5 separate things. I think that was a line of lights on one thing.
Yes, that's what it looked like to me. All right. Mystery solved. A line of lights on one thing.
Well, I mean that's. I think
Yeah.
it's craft.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This one's a little bit
I don't know
different.
space, so I can't really gauge size by that. But it definitely seemed like they were connected.
Yeah. They did, or they're flying like amazingly coordinated.
Yeah. But the way it kind of like the light faded on it, like it was almost like it was one thing rotating or something.
Oh, like it's yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, but I can't see anything to it that would make it connect. I don't know.
All right. Moving on. Patrick, have you ever heard of the protocols of the Elders of Zion?
I have.
Yeah, so just for people who don't know, the protocols of the meanings of the learned Elders of Zion is a fabricated anti-Semitic text, just means anti-Jewish, purporting to describe a Jewish plan for global domination. The hoax, which has shown to be plagiarized from several earlier sources, some not anti-Semitic in nature, was first published in Russia. Wow, we were a really Russia-heavy show today. In 1903, and was translated. What'd you say?
Said you have an agenda. I see that.
I do have an agenda. It was translated in Russia in 1903. It's been in multiple languages. Henry Ford famously printed 500,000 copies of it.
Big fan. He was a big fan.
He's a big fan, yeah, or a hater, depending on how you.
Well, I mean, of the book, he loved it. Well,
yeah,
thought
he
it
loved
was
the
an
book.
Important work.
Yes, he thought it was worth preserving.
Everybody needed to know about the Jews' plan.
So it's just to clarify even further, very popular early 20th century, very anti-Jewish. Political scientist Stephen Bronner described it as probably the most influential work of anti-Semitism ever written. What the Communist Manifesto is for Marxism, the fictitious protocols is for Zionism. Now, why am I bringing up this 120-year-old fake anti-Jewish book?
I am curious.
On a news show.
Well, I am curious.
That's because as Russia Today reported, you can verify this with your own eyes, or just Google it, or go to Twitter. Today,
are you gonna pull it up right now?
The FBI slammed after tweeting out the Zion protocols.
What?
History's most notorious anti-Semitic pamphlet. And here's the tweet. I'm not sure if they took it down off Twitter. We can check. But they literally just tweeted the words, Protocols of Learned Elders of Zion, and a link to a PDF.
I think you give that one some context, maybe. Unless you didn't want people to think that you weren't just doing something from a historical standpoint.
Yeah, but now it is not the main FBI page. It's the FBI Records Vault.
Which is weird that has a Twitter account.
Here it is right here. It still exists. It is weird. And
why does the Records Vault... Are these guys just bored down in that section of the building? They don't have a lot going on. They're just sitting in a records room.
I don't think so. And
They're
looks
just
like
pulling out the hints.
They do. It looks like they just... I'm scrolling through here. It looks like they just publish random things at random times. Like right here, July 24th, they just published a document called Barbara Bush for no apparent reason. There's a one on Trayvon Martin, June 20. It just seems like they're sitting around and they're like Doris Duke. They're just pulling stuff out of a hat. So here it is right here. They haven't deleted it. They just tweeted the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. Let's not go to the book. Let's go to the tweet. People are trying to figure out what the heck is going on. It looks like it's just a really...
Oh, is it about to get anti-Semitic in this comment section?
This guy says he's going to report the FBI to Twitter for hate speech.
Well, this guy's talking about how stuff came true.
This guy's talking about how stuff came true. This woman's saying this is wildly irresponsible. This guy's saying QAnon's probably super hyped by this. Did you really think this is a good idea? This guy's tweeting stuff to debunk it.
How many times did this get retweeted?
It got retweeted
13,000 retweets.
13.6 thousand retweets and 13,000 likes. So
that's the bigger question: is who's liking that tweet? Also, go see. Now we just got to check how many followers does this account have.
How many followers does this account have?
The FBI records vault.
I like this guy who just says, "What the hell is this?"
All right, go up.
Okay, let's see how many followers they have. Let me go to their main page.
That is way too many followers.
They have 78,000 followers,
and they're following 18 people.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Why?
I can understand.
So somebody's into this every day. Like, they want a different thing from the vault.
Yeah, and I think I might start using this for the show, or like reporting on what they do like in the future, because
like,
now I want to know. Now I want to know what they said about Barbara Bush.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm curious, what is in these reports? Also, along with what's going on at the time that they're releasing these different things. Like, are they trying to, like, somehow turn things in some sort of direction by, like, having these different things come out at different times? Like, now doesn't seem like a great time to be throwing out the Elders of Zion or whatever.
Also, it's like a book. Like, how is it part of a file?
That's what I was like, is it an investigation? Like,
no, it's just the text.
It's the text.
Yeah, check this out.
That is really weird.
It's just a PDF, part 1 of 1. It's one document.
Well, I mean, you're probably on a list now for open.
Yeah, this is like bait. Oh, yeah. You know what? This is probably seeing who shares it. But no, it is the document. I'm not gonna open it. But
well, you've already got it downloaded, I'm sure.
So people are kind of mad about it. Here's a picture of what the PDF would look like. This guy says, absolutely insane. The FBI shares the protocols without any advisory. It looks like they're promoting it. Normally they get a few retweets. Normally they get a few retweets. This went viral. Hold on a minute. Let me see what the average retweet.
Oh, you are right. It does not normally go like this. It's normally Okay, keep going. Let's see what some other ones look like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's under 100 normally. That one's only got 29.
They get like 20 to 80 retweets. This one got 13,000.
Oh. Okay, then.
Wow.
Well, good job, FBI. As usual, your record of impeccable decision-making precedes itself and continues to ring true.
This guy says, did Q hack the FBI Twitter account?
I mean, it makes you wonder. Or is whoever runs this Twitter actually into all that?
Like, I can understand, because I doubt that there's like a person picking this stuff out. I'm sure they have like some kind of sort of like random computer program that's just like picks a random file. But like, you think the human being who has to
there would be somebody that like does a final like, maybe we shouldn't put out the file on the KKK this week, like that sort of thing.
Yeah. Or like at least not the KKK's handbook, or like.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Welcome to the KKK.
So I'm not sure if this is so much, it's related to conspiracy theories, but I just had to put this on the show.
It's just more weird and funny in a very odd way that I shouldn't probably laugh about, but it's very weird.
It's definitely a blunder.
It's a blunder if you don't mean to do it.
Right? Yeah, I guess.
I feel like this might have been intentional.
It might be intentional, but hey, maybe it really is a way to track anti-Semitic people. That has been on the rise.
Well,
but also they like ironically promoted it. But the government kind of does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked over you there. I apologize. So I'm not even going to ask you to rate this one. I just I thought you should know that the FBI has gone full on like anti-Semitic, maybe.
Something's going on there. Okay.
All right. Next up, This is from Live Science on August 19th, 2020. Interstellar visitor Oumuamua could still be alien technology. New study hints. Aliens are a chunk of solid hydrogen. Which idea makes less sense? They say. Do you remember Oumuamua?
I don't think so.
So it is, I guess let's just get into the article. Oumuamua, a mysterious interstellar object that crashed through our solar system 2 years ago, might in fact be alien technology. That's because an alternative non-alien explanation might be fatally flawed, as a new study argues. But most scientists think the idea that we spotted alien technology in our solar system is a long shot. Well, of course they do. In 2018, our solar system ran into an object lost in interstellar space. The object, dubbed Oumuamua, seemed to be long and thin, cigar-shaped. That sounds familiar. And tumbling end over end. Then close observation showed it was accelerating as if something were pushing it. And scientists still aren't sure why. And this is, in fact, Oumuamua was the first object that we ever spotted in our solar system that we know was not from our solar system.
Okay.
So regardless of if it's a spacecraft or a rock, it's kind of historic. It's the first thing that we've seen like pass through that's like literally not from our neighborhood.
Yeah.
One explanation, the object was propelled by an alien machine such as a light sail, a wide millimeter-thin machine that accelerates as it's pushed by solar radiation. The main proponent of this argument was Avi Loeb, a Harvard University astrophysicist. Most scientists, however, think that Oumuamua's wonky acceleration was likely due to a natural phenomenon. In June, a research team proposed that solid hydrogen was blasting invisibly off the interstellar object's surface and causing it to speed up. But now, in a new paper published Monday, August 17th, 2020, in the Astrophysical Journal Letters, Loeb and Thiem Huang, an astrophysicist at the Korea Astronomy and Space Science Institute, argued that the hydrogen hypothesis couldn't work in the real world, which would mean that there's still hope that our neck of space was once visited by advanced aliens and that we actually spotted their presence at the time. So that's the heart of the article. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't. I think we discussed this.
We might have. I've looked at so many alien things, though.
I know.
But I don't remember something about a space solar sail pushing a rock of hydrogen across the solar system.
Well,
that it's spraying off hydrogen actually makes less sense, because how would that make it accelerate if it's already spinning like this, toppling over itself? How I don't get how it's going to speed itself up like that. It could speed its rotation up, but I don't think that accelerates it. I don't know, and I'm not an astrophysicist, so I can't. Off the top of my head, just knowing what I know about propulsion and acceleration, I don't know how that would happen.
I don't either.
If it was like moving as a cigar, like, you know what I mean, level, and then you could argue that there was some reason that there was hydrogen exploding out of the back of it or something.
Right.
Then that would make sense, but as it's spinning, I don't understand what makes that accelerate in space.
I don't either, and I think it's interesting that obviously most scientists aren't going to say it's a UFO, but I do find it interesting that somebody from Harvard thinks it might be.
Yeah.
And I also, there are videos of stuff, of supposed craft spinning, and if you think about it, they're, depending on what's propelling the craft, spinning might actually make sense because it might create gravity. It might create like centrifugal force for a thing to.
Oh, if you were inside of it.
Yeah. So that might be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The solar sail thing actually makes more sense to me, that it's actually some sort of craft being propelled.
Yeah, and again, the reason why if it just flew through like objects do at one speed through space, like this wouldn't be that big of a deal. We'd just be like, hey, we saw the first thing from outside our solar system, but like things just don't speed up. Like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, not for no reason. Like, not without getting pulled into something's gravitational field and like flung out or something.
Yeah, which just this did not.
Okay, then that's. But yeah, the spraying hydrogen makes no sense to me.
No, and of course, if you're seeing the picture here, this is an artist representation.
I was gonna say, did they get any pictures of it?
Well, let's see. Actually, I'm sure we did.
I mean, there had to be some telescopes or something pointed at it, right?
Yikes!
They all look like artist renderings, though.
They do all look like artist renderings.
Which is very disappointing.
Now that is interesting. Actually, one of these pictures I wanted to talk about for a second. I wanted to bring this up. I remember reading at the time, and it's not new news because this thing is long gone, but that the way it took out of our solar system, it does look like it actually used gravity to fling itself out.
Yeah, now it looks like it grabbed Venus.
Now that's before. These are two separate issues, but we use that type of like slingshot stuff, like when we went to the moon.
Yeah,
we use this type of stuff. But let's see if we can actually find a real picture though. Let's see. Let's take a photograph. The top result is actual photo. I think actually, you know what? Here's a photograph.
I was gonna say it looks like the one. Well, the one right next to it looked like it was more close up.
Which one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It kind of looks like a rendering.
Oh, okay.
But it might be based on what we measured. Who knows, man? Maybe this is the best we. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. We were talking about this earlier this week. Why are pictures of asteroids always so bad? Is it because they're moving so fast? Because we take pictures of stuff like.
I think we just don't ever get to see the good pictures.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, we know from one of our podcasts we did this week that NASA has hand-me-down satellites from the intelligence agencies.
Yeah, the National Reconnaissance Organization, which I didn't even know existed. But apparently, yeah, the intel group above the CIA and everybody, basically.
I bet they got a real good picture of it. They probably,
yeah.
They got the aliens like having a pizza party.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, I think that might actually be like the official photo, but non-gravitational acceleration. On the 27th of June, 2018, astronomers reported a non-gravitational acceleration. So it wasn't slingshotting at that time. Wow. All right. Yeah. Well, that's Oumuamua. Also, Oumuamua, did I say that they named it after the word for scout?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's named after the Hawaiian word for like a scout party or like explorers, which I find very. I mean, I guess NASA kind of personifies a lot of things, but I do find it interesting that they gave it a name that you would pretty much call what you would expect to be like an exploring spacecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it, man. That's our big news for the week.
Awesome. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, thanks, man. We'll try to do this more often. Try to get some different stuff going on. Share, like, subscribe. Check out our show. Cryptic Accounts. Each week we do a different conspiracy theory or a different happening on in the world of the mysterious. I've been your host, Dennis Cheney, for this excursion into the news, and I bid you farewell.